Yo, what's up boys, it's your boy Tilted here, and today we're actually going to be breaking down our games with Asian Sensation. So, recently I've played a best of 5 with him, but today we're only going to be breaking down 3 games that we played. The first game is going to be the most intense game, I want to break that one down. Second game will be my worst game that I played of the worst, and kind of just going over my mistakes. And the third game will be Asian's worst game, and kind of, seeing where he could have improved. So, starting round 2, of course we sent 253, get up the 0-1 trip, 10 to 255. For round 3, there's 2 ways to play this, but since I prefer to get the farm up a minute 42, I send to about 305, 304. So there we go. The idea behind the pinks is just to make him leak down as much as possible, kind of drain everything we can. I'm not sure what I did, but I did something slow, so it was only $1 off getting that farm. I think I probably placed the farm a little bit slow. If not, then I could have got it up a few seconds faster. For round 6, I pretty much get up defense at the last possible second in order to send the most. Because if I send a lot of balloons, that means he's required to get up defense, meaning he's going to stop rushing, which means I get more eco and I save more lives. Anyway, since we're leaking down quite a bit, I do want to preserve lives. I actually get a third 0-2 trip set to last, a 0-2 dart set to last here, just to kind of minimize those black leaks. I double spike those yellows because they are boosted, and a single spell wouldn't be enough with those 2 trips. I was thinking, okay, round 9, let's see if we can't bait his second spell. I only sent a few sets of yellows, and I thought it was a nice rush overall. So right now, our game's looking pretty even. I just sent my lead to force the Juggernaut, of course. He keeps his second spell. I pre-place my second spell, or what's going to turn into it. He goes for a bit of a round 11 rush. There's no reason for me not to get my second spell, so I do that. Micro my trip a little bit to try and minimize leaks, and overall both of us are just chilling. Probably got around the same eco for the both of us. And our farm's very similar. He goes for his farm, I decide to go for a bit of a rush. See if I can force a bit of defense, of course get a bit of eco up. He leaks a little bit to this, but it's not too bad. Okay, so I'm preparing for a rush from him here. He kind of says like a bait thing with those 2, but follows up with zebras and whites. So that's enough to force the third spell. We leak nothing to that with a little bit of micro. And both of us are farming quite well. Our eco is pretty much the same, so this is a very even game thus far. But this is where the game starts to diverge, and both shows the different playstyles between both of us. He goes for a farm. I decided to get a boost out of him around 15. And if you actually get a boost out of your opponent around 15, that means you can go for a big round 16 rush. That normally forces farm, sell a lot of jugs, and I just send a lot of balloons to get even more eco. Like 600 eco around 17, it's just not bad at all. It's quite chilling. Of course, if we're rushing him, then he's not going to be rushing us. So that's why you kind of want to keep rushing when playing aggro DFA. So I'm kind of expecting a Moab here since he is out farming, but he actually goes for a balloon rush, which I was very surprised by. Since I did save a bit of money, since I was waiting for the Moab, I actually went for a second jug there. I took a few leaks, but at least I didn't boost, and boost is just so valuable late game. So yeah, we're going to try and lay out a Moab with AI here. Just forces a lot more defense, and it makes it so much harder to defend. Normal Moab, even with other stuff behind it, is never too bad. But if it's layered with like leads in AI, it forces so much more defense. Right now we're kind of just chilling with what we got. Our defense is quite good. The next logical rush will be around 20 rush. He actually sends some leads around mixed with AI. That forces the second spell. I boost those to him. I kind of just trade boosts here. Either way, what is it? I think he's used up all his boosts here, which is very good for us. And we do have quite a handsome eco, a good 820 around 21, that's pretty good. He doesn't have that much since he was playing mainly passive. He has a lot of spells, like he's got up a lot of defense. He's not defending too efficiently, but he does have a lot of farms up. I was kind of contemplating what to do here. I had a lot of money saved up. I probably should have farmed on here. This is where I thought I misplayed. I should have used the farm because I had like 5k saved, which means I could probably farmed on and got the money back in time. So round 23 you can actually afford to sell the majority of stuff as long as you have 1 jug up for lead detection. That way, then you can upgrade your farms when need be. Sensation goes for a bit of rushy. I think that's a bit of a misplay on his part. since it was very easy to defend for us and forced defense that we would have had to get otherwise. That kind of prevented his farm a little bit too, and that wasn't very good eco, because you know, reroll heads are quite bad for eco. We can't just continue space decoing here, trying to climb up to that 1k eco. Round 23, 3 jugs in a spot, that's just, it's a good defense. We micro our top jug to first in order to kind of clean up a little bit there, since he did layer a little bit with AI. And from here we kind of, yeah, we just chill our 1000 eco. It's nothing too bad, but oh no, I actually do decide to layer a little bit, so this is good. I think we eco to about, yeah, 1100. Yeah, there we go, 1100 eco. He has good defense, nothing too bad. All of us have quite standard defense, and the farms are similar here. I was contemplating selling something. I should have sold bottom jug. Did I? Yes, I did. Okay, so that was actually a good play by us. This allowed us to get up the farm earlier than him. And this is where the lead starts to grow. Just the eco lead I have on him is about 400 eco. And that means I get, you know, I get 400 eco every 6 seconds, or 400 more than him. Thus the lead starts to develop, and you know, as soon as you get a little bit of the lead, that lead's going to keep increasing as an exponential thing. He pretty much fan clubs immediately, which I don't recommend doing. I recommend waiting a little bit, because that way you get more value out of your fan clubs. And even if you could, you know, even if you could save a 1 fan club, then that's already like saving 1600 monkey money. You know, it just helps out so much. So we actually get up a factory earlier up than him. So yeah, this is where the lead starts to show, but it's nothing major yet. Like, yeah, since we got up the lead quite late, like if we had 1100 eco by round 18, the lead would be massive. But since we got up by round 25, it's not going to be that prevalent. Right now we have 4 factories. He has like 3.5, if you want to call it a republic a half. We kind of just try and fan club at the last moment he has there, just to get the most value out of. Since I thought the fan club was going to end earlier than it did, I bought a second one, so that was a misplay. I should have paid more attention to timing. I should have sent a ZUMG earlier here. And I think he should have too, because then that would have drained me better. As you can see, we actually have a plant factory up on him. Yeah, like, this is where our lead should be showing. This is where, yeah, we should be excelling. But somehow I managed to go downhill from here. So I send the second ZUMG at the latest possible time, so we still get, you know, as much eco as we can. Because if you send 2 ZUMGs instantly, that eradicates your eco. But if you only send 1, wait a little bit, that only takes 600 away, and I had that 500 extra eco to kind of just save up. So that was good play. That was well played by me. I kind of have to constant fan club here because I didn't, you know, buy a few fan clubs in advance. I think this was probably a misplay on my part, even though I'm not quite sure because we don't have much money to buy up a few fan clubs. But it's because yeah, like right now my fan club's down, so I think this was the point where I start misplaying. Yeah, I had to tower boost because my fan club wasn't consistently up, so it's not getting as much value as it should have. Like, Asian's out of money here, like fully out of money, and my fan club's still down. So as you can see, this was that point where we misplayed. I realised those BFEs were getting really far, but I decided to kind of, yeah, triple GZ that, which saved us. I'm not sure why I'm GZing here. This was such a misplay on our part, because I think if we waited a little bit, or my micro was even a bit quicker, then we could have won that. But he actually managed to pull through the win. But, quite a bit of luck, quite a bit of... Okay, now back here with the second game of this video. This is going to showcase my worst game. Asian Sensation's a little bit mad from the previous one, but it seems we're both chilling. Okay, so for this game, the reason I played so poorly is just because I'm quite bad at this map. I haven't practiced it very much, and I wish I should have. Like, I mainly practice offside, because that's what I just find enjoyable. But we kind of do an offside start since 253, get that up immediately. That way we leak a little bit less initially if we get up the 0-1 dart, so that's well played by us. I continue sending, again, I was playing this like I play offside. Actually, no, I'm not, because I send 4 sets of blues. That's probably a misplay on my behalf. Yeah, I should have sent 2 sets, and that way I could have sent more blues, as in group blues, and more pinks faster. I do think it makes a difference. So I actually set the first trip here to close. I'm not sure if that's the play. He sends out lots of blues. Then I might go to first. I think this could have been a misplay, but I'm not quite sure how to play interchange. So that's... I'm not sure, that's just an awkward part there. We set the second dart to strong in order to try and clean up those pinks. End up leaking 9 more lives than him. I think we both get up the plantation at the same time, which means he's playing this better initially. I send a set of blacks and go straight to greens. I sent a lot of greens here after getting up the second trip. The second trip was definitely a good idea, but I'm not sure I should have sent that much. Well, I'm not sure if I didn't send enough. He pre-places his spell. Or like, I think that's his spell spot, I'm not quite sure. Maybe he just gets up to that. I just kind of send a few blacks. He gets up a spell in preparation for our greens, but it seems he doesn't need it. I kind of saved a bit of money and went straight for a spell for yellows. Kind of forced his spell here. He actually manages to greed that out, but he gets up in the end. I don't think I'm playing this too poorly. I think that was probably a choke there going for that farm. I should have probably went for the bigger farm. I went for that in the moment because that's what I had the money for. Like, it does work out well money-wise. Maybe I should have just saved up and went for a big round 11 rush. But yeah, placing the second 0-0, third 0-0 farm, that was probably a misplay. Yeah, like if I didn't place that and I was sending for more whites, then I could have ecoed higher and forced more defense, potentially even a boost on his side. So that was our first misplay, or our first major misplay anyway. I got range on my trip darts to kind of ensure they do a bit more work. I was going to see if I can't bait the second something. I go for a lot of zebras here, just see if I can bait a boost before around 15. He gets up a second spot, and he's just chilling. Like, I'm not sure how to defend this. I think I go for a spot here versus any rush he sends. Yeah, go for a spot, but I can't just boost that immediately. I probably should have got more trip darts, and instead of boosting so easily, because I'm not sure what to do here. Like, I'm not sure how to defend this, if this defends. But yeah, I kind of just pray to the gods that that works. So we forced a boost on his side. I gone for a counter way too early. Like, his boost is still active by the time I start sending, which kind of makes it not work as well as I should have. Like, I'm equaling pretty good here, but he's definitely outplaying. Like, he had 2 spots, he had a boost. I should not have rushed then. He sends bloom boosted leads, regen leads, and they seem to be a very effective rush on this map. Okay, so I'm expecting a Moab at this point. He's out farming by a good plantation and a half. So right now we're in a bad spot, as they say. And his eco's only going to keep increasing as he keeps doing the rushes. I honestly don't know what to do here, so I'll just go for an ODS. Luckily the ODS timing wasn't too bad, even though, I said, I'm just not too familiar with this. So I kind of sent him a Moab here, just hope to kind of catch him off. He manages to trip, spam, and jug for the win. So that was well played on his behalf. If I sent it a little bit earlier, I would have laid it with the leads really well, but yeah, trip spam just seems to be working for him. I bloom boost this with around 20 AI, and I think he just manages to... no, he doesn't greed this out. But I also need to boost here, because I didn't get the defense necessary either. So as you can see, I'm really just not sure how to play this. He kind of just evens out his eco with a few blues. I kind of do the same. He's bloom boosting yet again, and I just go for a second ODS, because as I said, I really don't know how to play these. Like, look, the ODS isn't even in the right spot at the time it should have been. So that was very unfortunate. I kind of just kept it for around 22 because I knew that I'll need defense for that. Kind of swoops in pretty good there, but as you can see, we're not playing too well. We're keeping up kind of him in farms, but I know he's growing. His eco's just growing and growing. So this is... yeah, I think I probably should run for a third drug, maybe. Kept those trip darts instead of selling them. Like, he has 3 drugs up on this map. I probably should have went for a drug up top as well. Around 23, I should have sold a jug maybe and went for the farm, the factory, or just farmed a bit better. Yeah, since this was a peaceful round, so that was also another misplay on my behalf. I'm not sure what I'm saving up for here. Oh, maybe that. So I send him some regens in order to try and bait a boost. He gets up yet another spot. Like, the spot spam is real with him. Both of us defend without a boost. I should boost layer for next round. I'm not sure if I do. I kind of get up a ODS here with selling a farm, because I said I really just don't know, and that was another misplay. I should have sold a jug for that. Because a jug, 2 jugs and ODS should defend, especially on this map of all maps. So I actually do send a bit. That forces a 4th jug. But with just the amount of trip darts he has, he's just playing this really well. Like, he's got a factory way before we have. Like, right now we're nowhere near affording a factory. And he's just playing this so well compared to us. We kind of out of our ODS still up. I didn't sell anything. I probably should have sold the ODS and tripped farm spammed a little bit more. But I didn't. Like, look at it, his farm rate is quite intense. He's probably chilling around 700 eco, so I'm out ecoing, but it's nothing. It's not to the point where it's actually going to make a difference. Around 27 mobs come out here. We both keep up a jug because that's the thing to do. I sell a trip here just because I'm not comfortable with how far these mobs are getting. I was considering placing. I actually do go for a max fan club, which I think is the play. Yeah, he just plays these next few rounds so well and manages to keep a big farm lead. While I'm over here not doing too well for myself. Like, yeah, look, he's already got a factory up on us, and I'm honestly not sure what else I could have done differently. Like, both of us are just fan clubbing. I'm fan clubbing later than he is, which means I'm actually playing this more efficiently. But due to he outplayed us early, maybe he even has a higher eco than us even. But yeah, due to him outplaying us early, you know, this is where he kind of gets a nice win. He goes for some cheeky ceramics, like he's already got a factory up on us. Like there's nothing I could really say at that point. I had to get up a secondary jug because he sent some leads with around 30. I'll have to get up a second monkey, and because this is round 32 AI, I actually need to get up a spec to buy selling the farm, which was very, very bad for us. I had to send early ZMG because that's where you kind of have to do it in a desperate time. And I know as soon as he starts sending ZMGs, it's going to be very, very bad for us. He starts sending, and right now we should have the money to defend. We need to sell our last plantation. We'll just kind of just try and hope to pull something out our arse and just kind of win. I send another ZMG in order to just hopefully get a sneaky win, or I just hope for him choking, like hope and pray that he chokes. Yeah, like I said, at this point there's nothing much I could have done because I misplayed the early mid rounds as well. Early mid and late mid rounds. So I was trying to sell and I just have to GZ here. Like right now I'm running out of money, I have no more GZ money. I sell all my trip darts, in hopes that I can actually get up a few more GZs. But nah, that's not gonna, afford me just one more. So at this moment I knew I was done, so I just found a few aces, and yeah, that was kind of me just surrendering. So that's how we misplayed. Okay boys, right now we're here with our third and final game of this video. This is the game that I believe Asian played the worst, and we're kind of just going to be focusing on his side this time. Kind of talking about where we think he messed up and how he could have improved in what he played. So for this game, we start off with the 1-0 farm, because that's just a really good start. It gives such an advantage over the 0-0 farm start. So we send to 253, kind of just chill with that 1-0 and go for there. Asian does the same, like this start's universal, this is just the best start. And for most situations anyway. So this is, I think, Asian's first mistake. He doesn't know that we are actually going to be playing this game passive. So he decides to send round 3. Like, it's not going to put him at too big of a disadvantage, but darts are just so powerful on this map. So yeah, we kind of just chill through this, breeze through this with ease. He actually uses up a bloom boost here. Yeah, so that's very odd. I think he just underestimates the power of darts and wizard's keep. I kind of get up a second dart, set this to strong. Like, he's playing this well-ish. There's nothing more that he could have really done, unless he's just playing passive, because that's the only real reliable way to be passive players, and that's to just play passive, or good passive players anyway. So we send him a few blacks. He plays this well here by kind of greeding this out and farming on rather than going straight for his second trip. So right now we're equal on farms and he's out ecoing. I think I've got a bit of a money lead and I actually go for that there. I kind of copied him in that point. Like, I'm trying everything to get a small lead, because it all adds up. Like, he's constantly in blanks, and this is just further disadvantaging him. Like, he's got a life lead, he's got an eco lead, but we're going to have a farm lead, and that's really what's going to matter if we manage to pull off BIA here. Like, he's sent quite a bit of yellows, he probably should have tried to go for a bait. So I actually go for a farm here. He is just chilling with his 2 farms, and just playing this quite well. I send him a lead here, he should go straight for a jug, he sends me a lead, so this is well played. Like, I can't agree to that, so I barely got it up. He sends actually a good size round 11 rush. It's nothing too big. He probably should have either not sent a round 11 rush at all, or sent a much bigger one. Because that didn't really force anything, that's just more eco for him, I guess. Because again, darts is just so good on this map due to the double lapping and all that. Right now we have a plantation on him, and this is just a big point of difference. He's just space ecoing here, and this is where he really starts to mess up. Like, this is going to disadvantage him so much. Like, I think we're actually going to be able to get up a BIA around 14. We don't quite, but that's just because we want to play this a bit more safe rather than greedy. So he has the same farms as us, but he doesn't have quite 4k saved up, and it's because of that stuff, you know, he's been sending, the space deco and all that. He sends around 16, again, I think this is a bit of a misplay. He should have just played this a bit more passive. He got a boost out of us, but if he wants to play VI like he's trying to now, he didn't have quite enough money, and this is where the misplays just start. He buys a bank, he can't get it. Okay, there we go, yep. So that was actually a really big misplay by Asian. We're going to just force him to cash out real quick. I don't really worry about a rush on my behalf, because I know Asian's just got the thing. Like, he's barely getting this, and this is where the misplays just keep starting. Of course, it's because he was sending us space stuff, he sent rushes that he shouldn't have. Like, yeah, if he didn't send those round 16 leads, I wouldn't have boosted. Then he would have also been able to get a quicker BIA and all of that. He would have been just better off. And instead of sending that expensive, regen lead rush, you should have sent a Moab, because, you know, Jugs is just so powerful. So right now we're absolutely just vibing. Like, I forced a cash out, I think, for sure. Yeah, just with 2 Jugs. I think I managed to actually force a boost here. He was not doing that much because Jugs is just such good, you know, they're so chilling here. And he kind of just gives up at this point, given, you know, how much we've outplayed him here. But that's just due to him not knowing how to play this map too well. Either way, boys, that's the end of the video, so I'm going to thank you all for watching. Make sure to check out Asian's channel, if you somehow haven't already, and yeah, I mean, like, I guarantee anyone watching me has watched him, but yeah, anyway, check him out, and I'll see you in the next one, boys.